Welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel, yeah. Hello, greetings and salutations on this really hot day. I am waiting for my children to get off the bus. And I thought I'd start kind of a new series that I call my DNF Diaries. So if y'all didn't know, my name is Kamaria. I read things. And I had just recently, a few weeks ago, done like a Herkid 3.0 TBR, which realistically I should have known was a bad idea, y'all. I am such a mood reader that trying to do a TBR, like these are the books, like the definitive books that I'm gonna read. No. So I'll tell you a secret, I didn't read any of those books. I know we have like a week, maybe a week and some, but I DNF'd all of them, so there's no point in trying to hold out that in a week I would read one. And I thought, I DNF a lot. I'm like the DNF queen, because there are so many books out there. If I'm not vibing with something, I'm just gonna stop reading it instead of forcing myself to finish. And that's probably why I will never like try to read arcs or anything like that, because I feel like so many opinions about books are like subjective, and it all depends on like your own personal taste. So I'm gonna tell you some of the reasons why I DNF'd the books from the TBR, and they're all arbitrary. None of them are like terrible or bad, or, sorry, waving to the neighbor. None of them are bad or like, oh, this book is terrible. It just wasn't for me, okay? It doesn't gotta be that serious. Okay, so I think the first one that comes to mind is, and a lot of these are like popular social media darlings, so that's probably why I didn't like them. But anyway, the first one that I really wanted to like, because it's Black Fairies, was Our Vicious Oaths, or Their Vicious Oaths, by, I think it's by Annie Davenport. Listen, I tried to read her other, like, I think it was a young adult, The Blood Trials, and I didn't like it either. So I should have known that maybe, like, this author and I didn't vibe. But, so this is kind of more like in the romantasy genre, and I understand that romantasy is like popular now, even though paranormal romance has always like existed, like, so paranormal elements in a romance, but now ever since like Fourth Wing and Quicksilver and all of these, it's like, okay, we want fantasy, but we don't really want fantasy, because for me, as a fantasy reader, like, there's world building, there's magic systems, and there's, like, explanations on how the world works, like, just basic world building, and I feel like in a lot of romantasy books that are popular now, like Fourth Wing and things, they don't do that. They just kind of dump you in the world and kind of said, here's the magic, here's the people, and you are just supposed to take everything at face value. So I was reading it and I was happy, like, okay, black people riding these dragon things, cool. But like, I know it never explained how did these female badass warrior riders make this bond with this dragon? How are they talking to each other in their heads? Like, it was very just here it is. And then like 20 pages in, she's doing this like crazy magic, and all these, every fairy has a certain type of magic depending on their region, but like it doesn't ever like explain why or how the magic works, why they have it, the different types of fairies. You're just kind of thrown in, and it doesn't explain anything. And I understand that it's supposed to be like high heat, but we got like a lot of stuff going on before we even knew who the characters were, and like, even like just some of the way it was written, it almost didn't know what it wanted to be. Like, do you want to be an urban fantasy do you want to be historical fantasy? Do you want to be in like an old-timey world? Because the language was very, nor shall I, very kind of antiquated language, but then they would say the F word, or they would like, the way they would talk was still very like modern sounding. And I just like pick one. Either be kind of modern, because you can have fairies. Like, I feel like I would have respected it more if it was set in, like, modern day. Because I feel like it was trying too hard to sound, like, old-timey. Like, nor shall I. Like, it was, like, freaking Shakespearean play or something. And like I said, a lot of the magic didn't make sense, and you're just kind of thrown in, like, you're just, okay. And I feel like a lot of Romantasy readers, they don't go for high fantasy, complicated. They don't want it to make sense. They just kind of accept it for what it is. And I am not like that. So I think I got like 3, and just the way they were talking about, even the main character was talking about some of the other characters, like, oh, I bet he doesn't know how to please a woman, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, like, why is that relevant to that, your, I guess, examination of that person's character? Like, why is that important? Like, it just, I don't know. It didn't jive with me, so I had to put it down. I did end up reading a totally different book for the fairy prompt, so it's fine, but that's why. And I really wanted to like it, because it was black fairies, but I couldn't do it, guys. And I found out later, like, they were grills and things, and I just, like, just make it modern then. Because there are plenty of fantasies that are set in modern times that are still badass and still have the world building and all that. You don't have to set it in, like, a very vague old time setting. Like, we didn't even really know this setting, like, because it wasn't explained. It wasn't like anyway, I have a similar feeling about I started reading The Spell Shop by Sarah Durst. It was kind of the same thing. It was like, okay, we're just kind of thrown in to this world. It doesn't really explain the world. It took a while for me to realize that the main character was blue, because it didn't even explain it until we're halfway through this, like, second chapter or something. And I'm like, wait, what? Because I was looking up fan art, because it started off great. I was like, okay, I might like this. I like to look up fan art. I like to look up, Pinterest mood boards, whatever, based on collages, because I'm an artistic person. And it kept showing this character as being blue, and I was like, wait, I'm like 2 chapters in. Like, did I skim it? Like, did I miss? And I was like, no. And then it finally mentioned, oh, my blue skin and my navy hair. And I was like, why did it take us so long to to get, like, a description of what the main character looks like? And then the reason I chose this prompt was because it had, like, a lot of plant stuff in it. And I'm reading for the Pokemon prompt for her kid, and so I was going to use it for, like, grass type. And the reason why I DNF'd this book was completely arbitrary, and my husband even said, honey, just go along with it and stop thinking about it too much. But, like, the main character has, like, a sentient plant sidekick, but it never really explained how the plant was alive. Like, you're just supposed to, okay, there's a sentient plant, but he doesn't have eyes. But he was talking about how he can see things. Oh, and then, like, he was always commenting on how stuff looks. Like, the state of her house and the world around them. But it didn't explain how that, but it also did say, like, oh, well, he didn't have eyes, so he couldn't see it. But then 2 paragraphs later, it would say, but he would talk about how her cottage looks like it's seen better days. And it's like, well, literally 2 pages ago, you told me he didn't have eyeballs and he can't see anything. But now he's commenting on how her house looks. How does that make any sense? And a lot of people would just kind of go along with it, whatever, girl, just read the dang book. But it really bothered me because he kept commenting on his surroundings. And it didn't explain it. Like, okay, can he see, like a bat with sonar? Or can he be like Toph from Avatar? Because she can kind of see things. If she, like, vibrates the dirt, she can sort of sees the outlines of things. Or, like, oh, could he maybe see things through his root system? Like, his roots touching the earth or touching things, so it gives him, like, a visual. Like, he can see, but not the way humans see, or elves see, or whatever these people are, because it didn't really explain it, honestly. But it didn't do any of that. It didn't explain any of it. It was just kind of like, la 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 la, we're just here. And I'm sorry if I'm reading, like, I want it to make sense. I want the world building. I don't need Tolkien level of world building that's like 1,000 pages long. But, like, I would like some kind of foundation so I can kind of understand what the heck is going on. So those two books were very much just, I wanted things to make sense in the world. And then I DNF'd one, even though I liked it. And I got like 25% into it. It was the Rebecca Roanhorse book. The Trial of Lightning. And listen, I actually liked it. It was unapologetically indigenous, like native. Like, you can tell that where she, got her inspiration, because she herself is indigenous, but she is not connected to her tribe of origin at all. And she took a lot of inspiration from her husband, who is indigenous, like lots of like the Dene people. But she is not herself of that tribe, so that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. But it was unapologetically native. Like, I loved it, But it got to the point where I felt like nothing was happening. Like, we're following the main character and she's doing stuff, but, like, nothing was happening. And I just got bored. Like, the progression of the story wasn't happening. Or it was very slow. And I just didn't have the patience to keep going. I didn't have the patience. So, I'm probably not going to do... Sorry, the trash is coming. So I'm probably not going to do, like, lightning. I switched out for poison type. Like, I'm still fulfilling the prompts, just not in the way I said I was, so... I don't think I'm going to be doing, like, TBRs from now on. I'm just going to do maybe Herkid check-ins, because, I don't want to, like... make myself a liar. Like, I'm gonna read these books. No, I'm not. Like, it's gonna get in a cycle real fast. I didn't even try to read the ghost book because I had realized that I had started reading it before, and I got like 80 pages into it and didn't like it. Because from chapter to chapter, it changes perspectives for like all different characters in the book, but it like didn't have a purpose. Because like, I don't mind a book with different perspectives, but like, it has to have a reason. And I didn't, it just kind of was kind of like, oh, in one chapter you meet this character, and then in the next chapter it's talking about the character you just met, and then the next chapter it's talking about somebody different. Like, it's just, I was like, oh yeah, I remember why I didn't keep reading this book. That was the corruption of Hollis Brown or something like that. Anyway. So I haven't read another book with a ghost in it, because I still have a week and a bit. But that's the beautiful thing about Herkid. I have a year. So even if I don't get the prompt done this month, it'll get done. I have a year to read a book about ghosts. Like, it's gotta happen. We're going into spooky season. Like, I'm not worried about it. And honestly, I've been reading a lot this month, and I've gotten a lot of other prompts in Herkid that I hadn't even been planning. And then, the Magical Readathon is coming up, if you don't know. So I'm going to be kind of shifting my focus to that. But we'll see. we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was kind of the main reasons why I DNF'd some of the books I DNF'd this month. DNF Diaries #1 in the books. This probably won't be the last time because I DNF a lot. So, let me know what you recently DNF'd in the comments. And I will see you next time, guys. Bye.